just can't keep it to myself. Gotta run and tell somebody else that I've got it.
I've got the victory.
B-I-C-C-O-R-I.
Victory.
I've got it.
I've got the victory.
B-I-C-C-O-R-I.
Victory. Hi, Pretty Soul Gang. Sing it, Claudia. I was not at ease. Yeah. Mm. All right, girl. Thank you. That was real. All right. Hi, Pretty Souls Gang. This is the Pretty Coach Oracles, also the Pretty Coach here. Shameless plug. If you have not already gone to follow the other channel where we're going to have some more spiritual enlightenment. Oh my God, if I can talk. Conversations and things on there, please go do that. It's called The Pretty Coach. Simple enough, I think. Anyway, we'll talk about beauty over there and just a host of other things, inner beauty and outer beauty. Moving on. I hope that this reading will be much shorter. So let's hop on into it. This is a general reading. I just asked Spirit for what was something that they want us to focus on for manifestation purposes. And the new thing that I'm trying is only doing one card. Okay. If I am led, I will also clarify that one card, but it's one card for the main message. So I did that today, and we have 2 cards in total. Really 3 if I look at the bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck for us was the Wheel of Fortune, which is beautiful. That's a 10 on the bottom of the card, which talks about completions, and it's talking about cycles ending. So that's beautiful. That gives us just a little insight into what's going on. Now, I pulled from the Crystal Oracle deck today for the card, and the crystal that we got today is amber. So I'm going to read a little bit of information from the computer really quickly about the crystal amber. And then we're going to talk about some of the messages that I feel definitely resonate, I can say for me personally, and stuff like that. So give me a moment. I hope you guys can still see me, but I am reading on another screen. And so amber is actually not even really a crystal or a stone. It's a resin that has been solidified. Resins are what I most know resins for are to be able to burn them as incense. So anyways, it's just like some type of, it's the byproduct of maybe a tree, if I'm not mistaken. And this is, amber is not strictly a gemstone. It says it is a fossilized tree resin. But amber is associated though with the chakras of the sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, and the throat chakra. The zodiac signs that are most associated with this stone are Leo and Aquarius. So these are the fixed signs. Those are 2 fixed signs. So this I feel like could still go with the fixed sign reading that I just did maybe 2 days ago now. The planet that this stone is associated with is the sun, and the element is that of fire. So here is what can be healed with amber. This says romantic love, which I feel like is probably the biggest thing for us for this reading. Y'all already know I feel as though I read for lovers. I feel like I read specifically for the 144,000 divine unions, which a lot of people may know as the twin flame unions. Okay. But here we go. Romantic love, purification, cleansing, healing, energy, joy. This stone enhances patience. It draws negative energy from the body. It can help create balance, strength, spontaneity, wisdom, and it promotes good luck and success. Now, it just so happens that the card right underneath the Wheel of Fortune is the Strength card, okay? Which is definitely the Leo energy. Leo and Virgo, a lot of times for me. So you could be a cusper, or you just could have both of those signs in a very important placement in your chart. So, all in all, I definitely feel like this deals with love, but it also deals with us getting in alignment, I feel like, for this love that we desire. Okay. And I can honestly speak from myself's point of view, that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. there's this period that we're in. Oh, guys, can y'all hear me? I'm just talking, but I don't even know if you guys can hear me. If there's somebody who can speak, let me know that you can hear me. But anyhow, let's see. When I looked at this card, I cannot lie to you. When I first saw it, the first thoughts that came to me were feelings of warmth, feelings of security, serenity, and really love. So with that being said, oh my God, I cannot believe my phone is ringing right now. Okay, it's gone. I wish I could cut it off. It's way over there. Moving on. This is definitely about love. I also feel like this has something to do with us getting prepared for it. Okay. So the solar plexus chakra, the sacral chakra. So the sacral deals with our reproductive organs. I looked up and it was 555 on the timer here. There could be some conflict sometimes with us in this area, or we could be experiencing some form of conflict. Maybe there are some blockages in the sacral chakra, blockages in the solar plexus. The sacral deals with the reproductive organs. It also deals with us being rooted and grounded, okay? Which can assist with manifestation. And all of us are creators. All of us are wanting to manifest something. Many of us are wanting to manifest love, but I feel like there are some blockages. The reason I say that I think that there are blockages is because when I asked Spirit to help us to clarify this card, I did get the Eight of Swords. Right off the bat, the Eight of Swords deals with blockages that are really mental in nature. Now, granted, our emotions play a huge role in how we think. So, of course, it could indicate some form of depression, um, or maybe just feelings of being stuck. Okay. When I looked up what it can mean when it comes to feelings of love, it can also indicate us if it's a new relationship that we're in. We still may not be entirely sure of how far the relationship is going to go, and that can be limiting for us. When it comes to issues of money with the Eight of Swords, it can, and I also want to say this for the love. It can be self-fulfilling prophecies, okay? If you think that something is not going to work out, if that's where your space is mentally, it's a possibility that you could actually create that for yourself. I think it's really cute when spirit does me like this, but I was talking to myself in the mirror again this rising, and I was talking about the fact that I had created I manifested the last two relationships that I was in, and I learned that it was for a reason. It was for a reason for sure. And so on the Pretty Coach channel, I do plan on talking about that way more in detail, talking about how I manifested it, what I did leading up to both of these relationships. And I also want to talk about some of the lessons that I did learn from the relationships after. I can say during and after their endings, okay? But that's for another time and another channel. As of now, what we're focusing on, we can manifest, we will manifest. So I feel like if this is in regards to money or even a new love relationship, it's time for you to only focus on what you desire to have, not what you fear having. Because the Eight of Swords can have you thinking that you're stuck. It can have you feeling like, oh, maybe this isn't the best thing for me. Maybe this isn't going to work out. And then guess what happens? You have what you think you have, or you have what you are saying in your mind that you have. Um, but the sacral chakra, that's talking about becoming grounded. So a lot of us could really be focusing on um, really creating stability in our lives at this time. So that's really good. And in doing that, you have to also keep your mind right. You really do. You got to keep your mind right. You can't walk around here with your fears. Okay, so I also feel like there's some blockages, possibly even with sexuality, and so there needs to be some sexual healing. Could be womb healing and or healing for men or what have you. And at this time, but I think a lot of our focal points, and especially probably with the Leos and the Aquariuses, but it doesn't just have to be, it could be anybody. I think you guys are really wanting to focus on creating stability in the sacral area. Okay. Also, I feel like some of us could be really heated. We could be fiery in that department. A lot of us could be wanting to release in that area, sexually speaking, okay? Now, when we get to the solar plexus chakra, that's all about creative powers for sure. That is about manifestation for sure. That is about having the willpower to create the life that we want. Okay. And so, this again is the reason why it's so important, maybe to not be in this Eight of Swords energy, or to be very careful about what you're thinking about, how you're seeing yourself, how you are envisioning yourself at this time, because that is going to play out. It's what's going to happen for you. And understand that I'm saying this and I'm speaking to myself. The solar plexus is all about confidence as well. So, with this Eight of Swords here, I feel like some of us may be lacking in confidence. This also indicates us feeling like we don't have the power, the willpower that we need to create the life that we want. Without going into too much detail, so that I can keep it over for the conversation, the confidence conversation on the Pretty Coach channel, I will say one of the things that I learned from this last relationship is that we gave our power over. 11:11 on the clock. We gave our power over. A lot of us may have an issue with getting in relationships, thinking that they're going to help us in areas that we lack. And when I say help us, I actually should rephrase the word help. Thinking that we're going to be saved by our partners, they put us in a position to actually be abused sometimes. So a lot of people could have experienced abusive relationships, even if just mentally or emotionally. Those are very important. They are very significant. And also physical abuse. But we placed ourselves there because we thought that that relationship was going to be the vehicle to manifesting something that we personally have always wanted. And when you get into these types of relationships, you realize, oh, this person can't help me create the life that I want. I'm responsible for some things. So that was one of the lessons that I did have to learn from the very last relationship I was in, that my partner cannot create the life for me that I want. Only I can do that. Now, yes, they can assist and they can help in certain ways, but at the beginning and at the end of the day, like, we have to know what we want to create. You have to get clear about that vision. And that's where the solar plexus chakra comes into play. We get to create. And it's from that space. So a lot of us could be blocked in that area as well, with the Eight of Swords being here. And this is what Amber, I feel like, is here to assist us with, so that we can go ahead and change this cycle of blocking and of manifesting what we don't want. Because one thing that I've learned, honey buns, is that we're always creating something, whether we're creating what we don't want or we're creating the life that we do want. We're always creating, period. So we need to show that. We need to know that. And we also need to reflect on what we've been creating. If we don't like what we've been creating, then guess what? We have all the authority and all the power already within us to change that. I don't need this because there's nobody here in the chat right now, but the Eight of Swords could cause someone to feel like they're stuck in a situation that they're not even stuck in. It's mental. It's all in our heads. And the truth of the matter is, we may have to go within rather than looking outside of us for someone to help us. You have to go within and you have to listen to that spiritual guidance from within you that's telling you intuitively what you need to do to move those swords out of the way and to walk, to unbound yourself, to loosen the blindfold. I was starting to say, and I don't remember if I finished this thought. In the Eight of Swords energy, we give our power away. This is a time period where you have to take your power back. Okay, in order to create and to manifest from a healthy place, you have to make sure that you're manifesting what you desire and not anyone else. And I feel like that is some heavy Aquarius energy and Leo energy to me. Leos have a healthy confidence most of the time. That's the reason why they get this bad reputation for being selfish and self-centered. But honestly, there are a lot of Leos who, they just know themselves really well, and they know what they want and they know what they don't want. And if they are a confident Leo, then they're going to say that and they're going to stand by that. Okay. And I feel like that's the energy that a lot of us are going to have to operate in. Okay. Now, with the Aquarius energy, Aquariuses follow their own voices, they follow the beat of their own drum. They're not looking to anybody else. Now, I'm just speaking of theoretically. We know that there are other aspects of our charts that do persuade and influence us and our behaviors. But Aquariuses are known for going their own way. They're known for blazing paths and being innovative. So that's some of the energy that a lot of us are going to have to be in. Okay, so you may be the first of your kind. You may be the first in your family. You may be the first in your community, whatever the case may be, to do something. And other people may not agree with what you want to do. But at this time, you cannot be focused on that. You have to have the confidence in yourself. And you also need to know why you want to do whatever this is that you're trying to do. So but I feel like overall there are definitely major shifts, beautiful shifts, and beautiful changes coming. This Eight of Swords isn't all bad. It just it's just like showing you where you have blockages mentally and what you can do to get out of them. Build your confidence, create stability for yourself with that sacral chakra energy. That's about stability. That could also be about releasing sexually if you need to. That could also be about showing self control and restraint sexually if you need to. However, that, boot fits or whatever for you. With the solar plexus chakra, that may indicate that you need to get clear about what you want and stand for that shit. Don't allow anybody else to change your mind, to change your idea about what you want to do. It's not their show, it's yours. Okay. And you know why you need to do this. Also, with the strength card showing yourself, which is a definite Leo indicator, I would say that this is going to require some courage. This may be the first time just in your life that you've ever honestly stepped out on faith, or that you've honestly stepped out and started really working towards your dreams, which I feel like that's what energy we're in now with the new moon in Aquarius that just passed. We stepped through a portal of following our own drum. Seriously, I don't know how else to say that. So that means your own dreams, whatever path or plans or image of yourself that you have in your head, that is what you need to use to blaze this trail for yourself. But we're going to have to do this in very practical ways. So the first thing we have to do is get out of our own way by thinking these limiting thoughts, restricting ourselves. And it could have came from outdated beliefs. So again, this is about reflecting at this time, going within those dark spaces, those spaces where you feel like maybe you're alone, like you've been abandoned. Because only we can heal ourselves, seriously. So don't be afraid to go in there and do that work. Get all up in those dark spaces. See where these limiting beliefs came from, and be like, what the fuck? We don't need y'all no more. And we probably never needed you. But now that we know that you've been in here and that you're the culprit of why I have not been able to move forward or to progress in my life the way that I've always wanted to, or to progress in my relationship, or to even attract the type of relationships that I've always wanted to. Now that I know that you was the culprit, baby, I'm ready to let you go, because I got places to go. I've got people to meet. Okay. I've got a love that I desire to share. And I'm ready for that. I'm not afraid of that anymore. And that's when we will definitely see all of this abundance and all of that. But again, it does require courage. So to me, this is where we're going to be overcoming this blockage. We're going to overcome this, whatever fears, whatever addictions, whatever bad habits, whatever egotistical, and I don't mean the super ego, but I mean that lower ego energy, whatever that is blocking us and keeping us from moving forward. It could be as simple as, okay, so we've seen that certain things that we've been doing aren't working for us anymore, but you keep trying to use them. You keep trying to put them into practice. It could be realizing that, oh yeah, I can't keep doing this anymore because actually it's not working. And I've done this over and over and over again, and it's not worked. That's insane. So how about I try to put something else into place? And that in and of itself is overcoming. That in and of itself is strength. And it takes courage to do that. And then the tides will turn. And it's destiny. This is fated to happen. This is an appointed time for this to happen. And so I also feel like there might be tower moments that are going to happen that are going to propel us to look at ourselves, force us to be alone, to deal with all of these beliefs that we had that have surrounded us, so much so that they've actually kept us from moving forward or anyway. And then we're going to work through those things because it's meant. We're going to get all the healing that this Amber card can give us. And I feel like it's definitely going to start in the house of love. So without further ado, that has been the Rising reading today. I hope and pray that it resonates with all who come across the video. If it did, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, welcome and please subscribe, okay? And also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Also, like I said before, make sure you go over to the Pretty Coach because that is where I'm going to really go more into detail about the last 2 relationships that I manifested and baby, what I learned about that myself first and foremost, and what I learned, like how I learned that I manifested those. What did I do leading up to that process? And yeah, that's that with that, guys. Until next time, peace, love, light, and darkness working in harmony together. It's the Pretty Coach Oracles, and I'm signing off. Bye, you guys.